The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the assumptions, views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host and guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. In addition, all copyrighted material is used without permission and will be removed with notification from the rightful owners or their agent. So there.
From the deepest depths of the interweb to all the ships at sea.
You found Just Killing Time. On Radio TFI.
John Shannon, Bill Fancher, Ed Van Ness. Join the conversation. You can reach the guys at 754-800-CHAT, 754-800-2428. On social media, search for Radio TFI USA. From a payphone, call collect.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
My fellow Americans, our long national nightmare is over.
Hey, who?
Say Willie, say hey,
Say who?
swinging at the plate, say hey,
Say who?
say Willie, that Giants kid is great. When he hits the ball, it's long gone man, hits it farther than camp begin, swings the bats like a little lead pipe. When they reach the ball, it's overripe. Say hey,
Say who?
say Willie, say hey,
Say who?
swinging at the plate, say hey,
Say who?
say Willie, that Giants kid is great. He runs the bases like a choo-choo train, swings around second like an aeroplane. His cap flies off when he passes third, and he heads home like an eagle bird. Say hey,
Say who?
say Willie, say hey,
Say who?
swinging at the plate, say hey,
Say who?
say Willie, that Giants kid is great. Yes, he covers center like he had jet shoes. The other batters get the Willie blues. Anything hit his way is out. Man, it just don't pay those guys to clout. Say hey,
Say who?
say Willie, say hey,
Say who?
swinging at the plate, say hey,
Say who?
say Willie, that Giants kid is great.
Well, there it is. Thank you there, Mr. Oliver, and thank you all for joining us here. You are listening and watching Just Killing Time here on Radio TFI and on the Radio TFI streaming network from the Central Ohio Command Center in beautiful Central
Ohio.
Thank you very much.
We're going to get that one day.
Yes, we
All
will.
right. I am John Shannon. Over here to my left, my good friend, my confidant from the, yeah, I know. Who am I talking about? Anyways, broadcasting from the Radio TFI Command Center,
Executive Tower.
the Executive Tower, whatever, that big building out there in the middle of Queens.
Yeah, but you don't need a script.
I don't, and never will.
Clearly.
Thank you. It is, wait a minute, where's that script? What's his name again? Oh, Oh, it is the one and only Ed Van Ness. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, kids and kittens. We trust you've had a fine and fantastic week. Things are just peachy around here. I don't know what Bill's referring to right now, but first, let's get right to it. From it's the 1970 Ellettsville, Indiana, Monroe County Fall Festival Miss Evening Gown. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Fancher. Good morning, Bill. He's, for those of you on the radio, he's doing his evening gown turns.
Modeling my evening gown.
Do you think you could still fit in it?
Well,
Maybe-
it's amazing how it shrunk over the years.
It's shocking how all my clothes.
Oh, you wash them one time and they shrink.
Go figure. Go figure.
Well, that's because you have 3 double cheeseburgers after you wash it, and well, those things are going to happen.
Look, Bill's a grizzled veteran of the pageant scene. And
yes.
look, when he says the dress has gotten smaller, you've got to believe him.
You got to.
Look at him. Would he lie? I mean, look at him. Would he lie? Look at that.
Would you buy a car from this face? Hey, I see we're on the Armed Forces Service Network now. So all the ships at sea. No wonder they're running aground.
Well, that was news to me.
Well, Gerald wanted to fill that void where the big timpani drums were. So I'm hey, there we
Gerald
go. We're gonna let him try
a lot
out
of
a few
time this
things.
last week, I guess.
Gerald
By the
found
way,
himself with a little bit more time than he. Go ahead, John.
Because we're basically talking about the same thing about Gerald, and yeah, he did find a little bit more time on his hands. But do you have to teach him how to say your name again?
Well,
Apparently.
There was that was a long and brutal session. Let me tell you, in all honesty, it was a long and brutal session trying to get Gerald to pronounce my name. And you got to understand, that was the best. That was the best of it.
What is so hard about saying Ed?
I wish I could. Yeah, that was the problem.
That was the problem.
That was the problem, saying Ed. So yeah, no, Gerald. Gerald added a few things, and of course we added our tribute to the great number 24, Willie Mays. Talk about timing, passed the day before the big shindig in Birmingham, Alabama. I don't know if you guys watched any part of that game between the Giants.
That's already come and gone, hasn't it?
Well, that happened the day after Willie Mays died.
Oh my God, I didn't.
That was going to be a big tribute to him anyway. And then it turned out to be a memorial because that's where he got started. He's from
Ed, but it was your fault. All this was your fault.
Well,
from last week. And you posted that all-star thing, and you specifically said, and look who's batting leadoff.
That's right. And did I mention the movie MASH as well?
No, but we're going to find some way to tie it in.
Yeah, Donald Sutherland. We also lost him this week. But both of them, Sutherland was 88. Willie Mays was 93. Now I saw Ken Griffey Jr., who is his godfather was Willie Mays. There's something for your resume.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching him, and he was saying he was supposed to go visit him a few weeks ago, but the doctors basically said he needs to rest. He's not doing so hot. And look, he's led a long life. And the one thing, I mean, there's a lot we can talk about with Willie Mays. The catch, the way he ran the bases, the cap falling off. By the way, he once said, "Yeah, I would get the caps a size too small, so they would definitely
just
fall
so
off."
that they would do that. Yeah,
he says you got to entertain the crowds, man. That's what they want.
He and Mickey Mantle both said when Jose Canseco became a member of the 40 home run, 40 steals club, they go, "Well, hell, We didn't know that was a thing. We'd known that, we'd have been members of the 50-50 club.
So now, Willie, what's so frustrating, Bill, I'm sure you remember this, and John, you may have vague memories of it. So Willie is retired. He had just been inducted into the Hall of Fame, and he was taking on a job. And Atlantic City had just gotten gaming, and he was taking a job as a greeter at an Atlantic City casino. Well, Major League Baseball went absolute. They banned him for life.
Yeah,
for being, and but you look now, and it's gambling. The announcers are talking about it. Here's the current lines and what, and it is. I mean, I don't know when the ban was lifted. I know it was lifted years ago, but
not like he was going to play ball again anyway.
Well, when they ban you for life, that also means you can't be around the stadiums. You can't be in any ballparks.
But he was already in the Hall of Fame, so it didn't matter.
Right. And it's just unfortunate when you look at how I understand different times, but I just never understood, how you do that. But anyway, he led a great life. It was kind of interesting. It was kind of interesting. At the end of his career, he got traded to the Mets. So he came back here, and
that was done on purpose.
Right. He wanted to play another year or so in New York.
In New York.
So he gave. I think it was Don Hahn was wearing number 24, and who gracefully, obviously gave up the number. I mean, what are you going to do?
Well, exactly.
Show me the money.
And when he got,
I wouldn't even have said that to Willie. I'd have said, "Here's your jersey."
And when he got here, the Mets went to the World Series in '73. They got whooped up by the A's, but that's neither here nor there. But again, he'll be missed. But look, there's the great thing about somebody like Willie Mays is that you've got a lot of film to watch him on. He was still active when I was a kid, when Bill was a kid. Well, when we were all kids, but we would see him come in here. Mets, and the Mets would be, so we got to see him a fair amount on TV.
I had somebody the other day was asking me about if you were to make a baseball player, what would you start with? I said start and ends with Willie Mays.
Yeah. He had it all.
Yep.
He had it all. I can remember seeing the basket catch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And none of us could do it.
No, we got yelled at in Little League and high school and everything. You do that again, you'll never play again.
It is absolutely the wrong way.
Yes,
it is. Now, sometimes your glove's going to wind up there, and it's going to be, all the stars on the planet's aligned, and okay, you caught the ball. Now, look, on the other hand, maybe you'll find a quarter. You got lucky.
That's
but
it. All right, hot dog, sit down.
Yeah. Willie did it. That was his. I mean, he was as much an entertainer as he was a ball player. No.
Yes, and the other good thing about it was he was a class act. You never heard him getting in trouble. You never heard him out drinking or carousing and carrying on and things like that. So that's something that they just don't talk about as much.
Right. But look, and again, you can put Mickey Mantle in there again, who was out drinking and carousing.
And that's why
still a hero.
Well, yeah, but Mickey would have played a whole hell of a lot longer had that not been that issue.
Now stop and think about this. Willie Mays ended his career with 660 home runs. Okay. He lost about a year and a half to military service. Based on what he hit from the middle of his second year, and he lost what would have been his third year. If you take the number of home runs he hit in the first year, number of home runs he hit when he came back, you kind of extrapolate out.
Yeah, he had gone over 700.
Willie Mays would have hit about approximately another 54 home runs, giving him a total of, wait for it, 714.
714.
And Hank Aaron was right behind him.
But Willie was number 2. Willie was number 2 at the time when he retired.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron came up, and then Aaron surpassed them, and all that. But you stop and think about it, and there was no war at the time. Maybe there was Korea. Anyway, be that as it may, we number 24. We salute you. Thank you, Willie, for everything you did. Now on with the rest of the show. You know what time it is, don't you, boys?
All right. I've been waiting.
At least we got to talk about Willie before this.
It's the Radio TFI Market Watch, brought to you by Pete and Tony's. Uber closed the week at 70.21, up a big 15 cents. Lyft closed the week at 13.45, down 72 cents. Tesla closed the week at 183.01, down an even $5. And finally, DJT, Trump, closed the week at 27.66, down $9.39. That's a combined approximately $16 in the past 2 weeks. This has been the Radio TFI Market Watch, brought to you by Pete and Tony's. Pete and Tony's now have they've joined forces with one of our other favorite sponsors.
Oh no, butt drugs?
There's a cry across the heartland, a yearning for the days gone by. And in little old Corden, Indiana, they're happy and they'll tell you why. They got butt drugs, they love butt drugs, butt drugs, butt drugs.
I love butt drugs.
I recommend butt drugs for everybody.
I can always count on butt drugs.
When I think drugs, I think butt drugs.
For all my health needs, I turn to butt drugs.
You want hometown service and cheap hot coffee and liquor. Now that's the ticket. You can tell Walmart, CVS, and Walgreens exactly where to stick it. Butt drugs.
We love butt drugs.
Butt drugs won't let you down.
Free parking in the rear. I love butt drugs.
When you visit Pete and Tony's, visit their new butt drugs kiosk located in all Pete and Tony's locations. This has been the Radio TFI Market Watch, and we'll see you all next week with that. Well, that was a surprise. Who knew that was in the works in the back?
Known that.
So all the forces are coming together now. Yeah, so Trump's stock is plummeting. Like it's the whole reason we do this bit is to watch something like this happen.
But now they're saying he raised like 114 million last quarter or something like that. If his stock is going in the tank, how is he raising money?
Because that isn't going into the stock. That's going into that left.
Yeah, but nobody trusts him to buy stock from him. I mean, how do you trust him to?
Oh, that's not true. Well, that's not true.
Well, nobody wants to buy the stock because they know it's worthless anyway. Kind of like him.
People are buying the stock, though. And basically, it all goes to him.
Yeah. Well, actually, it goes to Eugene Carroll.
I'll ask.
Eugene Carroll, sorry.
Eugene Carroll, yes.
Eugene Carroll. Him, too.
Yeah, and as somebody said a while back, and we repeated this, if Melania wants any of Trump's money, she's going to have to marry Eugene Carroll.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're going to have to go to work for the state of New York.
Now, since we're talking about Trump and things, we know there's a debate coming up, but I don't know if you guys have seen this. Trump debating one of his most voracious opponents, and it's a nail biter. Here, take a listen.
Take a look at some of these charts. In numerous categories, we're lower than the world. Let me explain. Well, the test right here. Take a look. You can test too much. You do know that. What it says is when you have somebody that has where there's a case, it will last. No, but you're not reporting it correctly. We have cases. This is our testing, I believe. This is the testing, yeah. Yep. Check it out. New cases, new cases, new cases. The top one, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. We test more. We have. Now take a look. Death is way down from where it was. Take a look at this. These are the tests. It leveled out and it's going down. But you have to look at this. This is, excuse me, where it was is much higher than where it is right now. But you don't know that. That's my report as of yesterday. Wait a minute. You have to go by where, look, here is the United States. You have to go by the cases. What's called science. We have more cases. Don't we get credit for that?
Worth it.
Mic drop.
Worth it for the end. Now, I'm not normally one to go with the bathroom with the scatological humor, but in this case, it was a but.
You got to. We got to raise the rating somehow here.
You've got to. Sometimes it is appropriate to do a fart joke,
especially when it comes to Donald Trump.
Particularly. So, so we've got the debate.
He's missing a big chance here with Donald Trump whoopee cushions.
Mike Lindell's working on it right now. The my whoopee cushion, my whoopee pillow. All right, so the debate is coming up Thursday night. Now, here's the rules for the debate.
No, here's the rules for Joe Biden.
Here's the rules for Joe Biden. Okay. Mike's a cutoff when it's not your turn to speak. There's no live audience, which I love.
Oh, there was. Okay, good.
There's 2 commercial breaks. All these things seem to be an advantage for Biden. And finally, no pre-written notes, which might be an advantage for Trump. He can get talking. Then again, making sense is a whole different
but it doesn't make any sense. And and I also heard that one of those commercials is going to be by Pete and Tony. They were wanting to buy into. That's what I'm hearing.
We can't say for certain. We don't know for certain. But it would seem with this suddenly new pairing with butt drugs, there could be some fresh money. We'll see.
Truth to the rumors.
Tune in Thursday night to any of your favorite news outlets to find out. There's no question. So, I mean, let's face it. It's going to get huge ratings because people want to see a car wreck.
Oh, of course you do.
People want to see Biden absolutely demolish him. Now, regardless of what happens, regardless of how this works out,
it's rigged.
It's going to be rigged. B, the Trumpers are not going to buy into it even a little bit. They're not going to believe. Who are you going to trust, Donald Trump or your own lying eyes? And here's a perfect example of this Trump derangement syndrome, and this is from our friends at the Good Liars.
Fake news, CNN. It's all fake. Fake Tapper, CNN. We're gonna find out next week.
At the debate?
Yes, absolutely. He's gonna cook him, just shred him. Yeah. Just like a turkey.
What do you want Trump to say to CNN next week?
Just expose them. Just expose them for the fraud they are.
And what specifically have they lied about?
I don't know. I don't watch it.
Right. Well, you got a shirt that's just peeing on it and you called it fake news. So what specifically have they lied about? What makes them fake news?
I don't know. I don't watch it. I watch Fox News.
Right. But you called them fake news. Why do you think they're fake news? What are they saying that's fake?
Border. The border.
All right. There you have it.
Remember, people like that can vote.
Yeah, because an orange turd in Florida told me it was fake.
Right. So, this is what they want. But look, these people are going to be watching the debate. Doesn't matter what happens. Trump can strip down to his undershorts, wave a white flag, and say, "I'm dropping out of the race." And then CNN
set his hair on fire and run around naked, and it wouldn't affect anything.
Don't knock it till you've tried it, Pally boy.
Now, the other thing that kills me is So these debates are for the people that are undecided. How in the hell are you undecided at this point?
Good question.
Well,
go ahead, John.
Oh, I'm on the fence about these two fellers. I ain't sure which way they gonna go, but we're gonna tell you as soon as I get my shotgun out.
you know, I think it has as much to do with who makes the next or the next to the last or whatever bad move. You know, so they're waiting for somebody
What the
to
hell?
trip on. Yeah, what the hell was that?
We're done already? Damn.
Don't get excited, boys. It was a technical error.
Okay, then. No,
man.
I can imagine. I can imagine there are a few undecideds, and you have to also understand. I mean, all three of us are over 60 years old, and as I understand it, none of us have ever been polled, or at least in a presidential poll.
It's not true either.
I've been polled for both local and
Oh, have you? Okay, I'm sorry. How about you, Bill?
Oh, I got drug around. I was hoping somebody would understand that.
754-800 chat 754-800-428.
Okay, you're undecided. Here's your two choices. I'm undecided. I want to stick my finger in a light socket or light my dick on fire. Where's your options?
I've done both.
Yeah, but that's because you're a teamster.
And only one of them intentionally. And if you've heard this story, you know which one it is. The other one's a better story, though.
Well, you might have a point there.
Well, trust me, I was there for both of them. It was, yeah, it is. You know what? And again, I'm just speculating here. Some of the undecideds are people that have a great disdain for both parties, and justifiably so. They want to vote, but they're truly undecided. I don't think that the numbers are that big myself. And again, that's based on nothing except my own little pea brain here. But and you've also got people, keep in mind, Trump's numbers have been dropping and dropping and dropping. He was in Philadelphia last night in some high school gym that they couldn't fill.
High school gym. Couldn't even get a pep rally done.
Well, and let's say goodbye to Bill for now. I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure Bill's having a little technical difficulty there, and we'll see.
Bill.
Not Bill. Not Bill. Oh, and he's back.
Oh, he made it.
Who did that?
Nobody did that. You did that yourself.
You've done that yourself.
And look, I would take credit for it if it was me.
But so Bill, thanks for the suggestion there for later.
What, your two options?
No, thanks for the option of turning you off.
Oh, okay.
I just kind of forgot about that.
That was a mic drop moment, I guess. I don't know.
I was about to make a very salient point, and I have no idea what I was going to say now.
No idea at this point.
His numbers are dropping. Trump's numbers have been dropping and dropping and dropping. If we turn out the numbers we did in 2020, this is a no-brainer.
Okay, here's how you got to
hold on. Remember, a lot of the people there were a lot of people that held their nose, so to speak, and voted for Trump in 2020, in 2016. Those people are long gone off the Trump train. But while they may not vote for Biden, they might not vote for anybody, but they're certainly not going to vote for Trump. They've seen 4 years of him in action as president, and they've seen him spend the last 4 years just being just being Trump.
A whiny little bitch.
Well,
A whiny little, and so you got a lot of people that are just running or quietly walking away from that, and the Republicans know it.
Okay, and here's where I'm going to bring some math into this. So hike up your big boy pants.
I got a pen.
If we just take 2020's election numbers and Biden won by what, 7-8 million votes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Trump is losing on average to a person who's not even running in the primaries by 15 to 20%. So you take that 15 to 20% out of there and he gets crushed.
And you're talking about Nikki Haley.
Right.
Yeah, that's on top of, again, the people I described that he's losing anyway. So I don't think this is going to be, remember, the squeaky wheel gets the most oil.
The best thing.
Hold on, Bill.
The best thing we could hope for is he gets crushed.
Or don't hold on.
No, don't hope for he gets crushed beyond belief and he can't bitch about it.
Well, be that as it may, we've just got to hold on until November and fight your fight. And don't be picking on my girl AOC anymore. Because
bastards.
The sad part about this is that anything can happen between now and November. Look, I'm not going to sit here in a corner and deny that Biden does look like there might be a little something going on with him in a cognitive sense. That being said, he's still far better off than Trump.
Okay, John.
Yeah.
So give me an example of what you think is cognitive. Why is he not? Well, give me an example.
Maybe cognitive isn't the right word, but I've noticed some difference in his face and his eyes a little bit.
Not for nothing, John, but I could pull up video from this show from 2 years ago. I could say the same about you.
Excuse you?
That's
you heard me.
I'm not running. I'm not trying to run the country either.
Johnny left his Jag in Kansas City, so
yeah, but Biden didn't have a stroke either. Biden's 80 years old. He's 80 years old. Let's accept the fact that he's an old man. Hell, we're old men, and he's got at least 15 years on.
Come on, Ronnie was in his 80s his last years in office.
Ronald Reagan was born in his 80s.
Well, you have a point too.
So, yeah, does Biden move a little slower? Sure he does. He's 81 years old.
He moves better than I do.
Yeah, well, you're not lying there. Moves better than me, too. He gets on a bike. You know, look, just remember FDR ran the country from a wheelchair.
No, I'm well aware of that.
So this whole physical thing is just, and look, we have so much video of Trump not even be able to walking down a ramp. Please don't make me drag that video out.
And he's worried about sharks. He's worried about sharks.
Well, electric sharks.
Wind up sharks.
Dr. Evil. Guy can't get a freaking shark with a laser beam.
Baby shark, baby.
Oh.
Can we turn him off now?
Well, I'm afraid we can't do that, sir. I'm afraid it's just not going to happen. And as much as we'd like to, it's just not. You think I'd have this thing handy? Anyway, I've missed my moment.
You missed your moment. Yes, you did.
I missed my moment.
Magic moment.
I just have noticed. I've noticed some little differences, and because I don't have a medical perspective on that, I don't know what it is. Maybe he tried to get a facelift, and
well, I would say you watch him walk, and he's very stiff. His arms don't really move. when he's walking.
Mhm.
But so what?
It doesn't affect his ability to.
No, and people
to-
have to understand that he was a stutterer when he was young. So these moments where he has a little kind of a glitch, it's that. It's not he's going
Yeah.
off on a shark tangent.
Oh, by the way, and from the better late than never department. This is going to everybody's head today. Here's your earworm.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, mommy shark.
All right, that's that. Come on back, Bill.
We just
I'm
took
back.
a record. We just took a record drop in viewers. They're
No kidding.
live viewers.
And we'll probably take a hit for that now too.
Hey, Bill. Apropos of nothing, because
Okay.
I understand now that your governor has taken on a new position. He's now known as Captain Greg Abbott of the 101st Chairborne Division. Something? Anything? Little?
Where's
Nothing?
the crickets?
I still call him Speed Racer.
Where's the crickets? Thank you.
We do our best.
Make my day, Ed.
Oh, sure.
Ted Cruz, go fuck yourself.
There we go. We've speaking of stupid things.
Speaking of stupid, yes.
Did we all see what Louisiana did this week?
Oh yeah.
Refresh my memory.
Louisiana has made it mandatory that the 10 Commandments be posted.
Oh yeah.
And I guess it was all public schools, or was it all
Yeah.
schools? Period.
All schools, period.
But as somebody said, if your state ranks 47th in education, maybe you should require schools to post the ABCs instead of the 10 Commandments.
Uh-huh.
Probably a good idea.
You know, this is the absolute reason for separation of church and state. I went to Catholic elementary school and high school. Yes, we were going to have the 10 Commandments up there. We were taught by priests and brothers and nuns, and there were crosses in every classroom, but we were in a Catholic high school, a
That's right.
private high school. Now, where my tax dollars are going, no. Separation of church and state. That was a biggie for the founding fathers, right along there with muskets and all that. Still, Second Amendment doesn't say you're entitled to own a gun. I don't care who you are. By the way,
it says you're entitled to arm yourself as the same as the government does. Yeah.
If you look of all the words, the 3,000, 8,000 words in the Constitution, whatever many it is,
gun does not exist.
Not only that, you won't find God, Christ, church, any of those. Bill Christ, guilt. No. Stay down. Yeah. Well, don't worry. I'll get you a pack of Luckies later. Anyway, none of that nonsense is there in the Constitution.
Well,
Amazing.
and
Isn't it
when
amazing?
now, pardon my ignorance here,
We will not.
but don't you think that when they mention something where they say form a militia, wouldn't you? I would call, in today's terms, a militia a police department.
No.
National Guard.
That could be too.
National Guard would be
Or
closer
the state guard.
Yeah, but not your local police department.
No.
No, that's
I see where you're going, but not the police department.
All I am saying is it wasn't intended for every Tom's Harry Dick to be able to own their own gun.
It was because people needed it back then for defense and hunting for survival.
Yes.
Now, there were not supermarkets on every street corner, although there were airports, but there were no supermarkets at these areas.
Because that's the first thing we took in the Revolutionary War. We
took England's airports away from them.
secured them all.
Yes.
A gun at the time was not something you generally used to threaten people or to rob from, but not to say it wasn't done. But yes, Bill is 100% right. You kept it there when Gentle Ben came knocking at your door looking for your honey pot and for your food too.
And they did not have drive-by musketings back then.
They did not. No, they did not. Because it took you 20 minutes to reload the gun.
To reload.
And I'm fine with everybody having muskets. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids and kittens, if you're watching
Security.
This is great, kids. We're watching Bill get slapped around by the lovely, the talented, the always welcome Barbara Fancher.
Oh, that's even worse, sir. Go away.
If you're listening on the radio, just be glad you're listening just the radio.
No kidding.
That wasn't pleasant to watch, Bill, but I'd watch it again.
Told you I'm not lying about this shit.
We're going to allow it.
We'll allow that one.
We're going to allow that one.
Oh, then I get a freebie coming as well.
Actually, you do not.
If Diane smacks you in the back of the head, you can say it.
Diane would never smack me in the back of the head.
You're John, you're in a hole about 200. Are you kidding me? Those F-bombs have cost you dearly.
Oh, those are the big ones, yes.
They have cost you dearly. So let's see what else. Well, okay, so getting back to the 10 Commandments, it's interesting because for the most part, Trump has broken every commandment. All these
every one of them.
By the way, if you notice the string of pedophiles and child abusers, child sexual abusers that are being locked up, do you notice how many of them are drag queens? That would be a big goose egg. That would be a big goose egg.
Go figure.
Most of them are
youth pastors. Pastors. They are ministers. They are police. They are elected officials.
Trump supporters.
Trump supporters, yes. And not to say the liberals don't have their own peds, because good gosh, we wouldn't want to be left out of that. Oh, I shouldn't have said
they're
that.
in the basement at Pete and Tony's eating children.
Shh, no. Pete and Tony's closed that down.
Oh, they did? Okay.
They didn't know what was going on. And trust me, they vetted butt drugs very, very well to make sure that it wasn't.
So it was in the basement of all those Shakey's pizzas.
Yeah, everybody's a little shaky. Pete and Tony made sure there was no hanky or panky.
Or pink.
This was above board and or leaned over a desk, however you may prefer it.
It was a butt board.
You realize that right now, some MAGA is going to be listening to this live, or either that or on the.
I would pay good money to find out who that is.
Oh, I pay good money
too.
just to have one of them come on.
Wait a minute, John. The only way I know
on the show.
The only way I know for sure a MAGA is listening to this show right now is if one of us hogtied him and has him tied to a chair, gagged.
No, but hear me out here instead of interrupting me.
Oh, where's the fun?
But they listen to this and they say, hey, they just said something about a place called Pete and Tony's. They're going to start looking high and low for a Pete and Tony's. I mean, maybe even a Tony and Pete's might even pass.
That's how we're cleverly hiding them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Switching the names around.
It's liberal code talk, people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All the liberal code talk you could want right here on Radio TFI.
This is all liberal code talk. This is 2 hours a week of getting out the marching orders to everybody for the week. Even what I'm saying right now, these
Even though
words,
I'm saying it.
it's all a code to somebody.
It absolutely is.
And ain't nothing you can do about it. Why? Because we're smarter than you are. Much smarter.
That's it. And we just act like a couple of goons.
Couple. That would be over there. That's the goon section. I keep doing it the wrong way.
So do I.
I would think I learned that in X-ray by now. You got to go the opposite direction when you're pointing at somebody.
Very good. Very good. Oh, tell us again how you were in the X-ray business, Bill.
Was I?
So goes the rumor. We've seen right through you.
Oh, you're so freaking funny.
No one's ever made that joke before.
Oh, no. You're so bloody humorous.
Bill spent so many years around the radiation and the X-rays, he turned into Mega Bill. Well, it's in there. He doesn't.
It's in there. It's that the gamma radiation has produced Mega Bill. I try to suppress him every week, and Johnny's trying to use a remote control to get Mega Bill to come out.
Or he's just doing it to. Are we boring you, John? Do you need to put on a ball?
No.
We're watching the Three Stooges. Well, hell, here we are.
I could either try to explain this to you.
No.
And you guys would just
no.
Turn
just take
my
it for
screen,
what it is.
Turn my screen off if you have to.
Shemp always freaked me out.
Yes.
You know what freaked me out with Shemp was his hair. When it was all coming back and nice, it was.
And then by the middle, it was all stringed out and everything.
And I just couldn't, and he was older. He just not, it's not pleasant. Of course, we all want everything to be curly. And meanwhile, John Shannon.
Yeah, but I thought. Meanwhile, the beast is crawling through the underbrush in search of its prey.
John, is our little radio show interrupting your TV watching, your viewing?
Yeah, it is actually.
I'm guessing.
Like I said, if I had to explain it to you two,
no.
And you've lost your light too. There's no light on you.
Technical matter.
I'm well aware of it.
Are you now?
I am well aware.
Well, I'll tell you what. Oh, by the way, there was something I was going to mention. So I don't have it to play. I didn't save it. I saw an ad for somebody from Colorado's 4th District who's running against everybody's favorite Bobo. And you know where he does the ad from? Very seat in the theater. That is so brilliant. And from the same angle as the security camera. And it's just calls her a carpetbagger. By the way, speaking of Bobo.
Yeah, I heard she was wanting to know if you could get gonorrhea on your hand.
Yeah, but her son is currently in jail. 22 counts of theft. And and she's out here and other things. He's got a baby that he doesn't have a lawyer because they can't afford it, won't afford it. She was traveling to New York to kiss Trump's ass while her son was sitting in the Who's Gal going to court. She missed his court date to go see Trump's. But let's hear Miss Hypocrisy talk about the 10 Commandments and not the movie with Charlton Heston either.
So I don't think that it's bad to have something that says honor your father and mother so that you will live a long life. That is the first commandment that has a promise attached to it. I don't think that it's bad to teach children that adultery is something that you should not do. And also listed in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not steal. And maybe the left and some of these politicians are having a meltdown over having that right there listed in our classrooms, thou shalt not steal, is because government hates competition and they don't want our children to realize that that's something you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, like maybe your kid shouldn't be stealing, Bobo. Your kid shouldn't be knocking up teenagers. And look, the 10 Commandments hold on, Bill. The 10 Commandments are a nice jumping off point, give you the basics for leading a decent life, and a lot of it is common sense if you take the thous and the, all that silly nonsense language out. But they're nothing more than mere suggestions to how life could be a little bit better.
And George Carlin cut them down to 2.
Right.
Because the other ones repeat themselves.
For the most part. So now you guys are going to talk while I try to hunt that down. Go ahead, talk.
I want to know how she knows anything about the 10 Commandments.
What are you trying to do?
First off, I didn't know she could count that high.
I can't.
And adultery? No, wait a minute. Is she divorced? Is her husband dead? Did he just leave? What's the story there?
Well, that's wait a minute. You guys are talking.
She's one of these quote unquote Christians that all these rules can apply to you, but they don't apply to me.
They don't apply to me, exactly.
And look, they don't necessarily apply to me either, because I don't sit there and expect you to live by a separate set of rules than I live by.
That's for damn certain.
I don't kill anybody because, well, one thing, I go to jail, but I don't kill anybody because it's just not a right thing to do.
It's a waste of my time.
Where did I learn? Mom and Dad told me a long time ago before they died that
it's a waste of my time.
Yeah,
essentially
something you don't do.
By the way, I found the clip. It's just too long for right now.
Okay.
Essentially, what the 10 Commandments should be doing is instilling in you a sense of right and wrong. And if your parents have done that, or your guardians or whatever, a sense of right and wrong will pretty much get you through life. Are you going to make mistakes? Sure you are. But then you learn from those mistakes, which is the next biggie. Learn from your mistakes. Okay? You don't poop where you eat and all sorts of other good life lessons. We've got to, from day one, the Constitution, separation of church and state. If you choose to live your life following the book, a book of fairy tales, well, good God for you. Great for you. I'm happy. It doesn't mean I have to. I mean, the Republicans right now are trying to turn us into a Christian nation. We are not a Christian nation.
Was not founded on that value.
No. Just because, and again, we happen to be 3 white goons who never had to put up with, we were raised with basic the umbrella Christian kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Well,
you know better than that. That umbrella used to whoop our asses.
Well, I didn't say it was a pleasant umbrella. We were all raised under basically the same.
On, Sister Mary Discipline.
Oh, you went to Andy Granatelli High?
Sister Mary Discipline and the Steel Ruler.
I told you the story about the strap and Susie, the shoe leather strap. And look, but my point is, there's a lot of people in this country who are not followers of Jesus or believe any of that or want anything to do with it, no matter where they're from. You know what? Maybe you do you, and I'll do me.
Yeah.
And again, you get that, bring it down to one God, talk to me, and then we'll see maybe if I'm buying into this anymore.
It's the same thing as George Carlin said. If you don't like what's on the radio, that's what the knob is for.
Turn the
channel. Yeah.
Well, just because you don't want to get an abortion does not mean somebody else
Then fine, don't get one.
don't get one.
You know, the law says it's okay if you don't want one.
Yeah.
Why should we should pass laws saying everybody has to have one?
Yeah.
Yep,
There
Then
you
we'll
go.
see where it goes.
Well, then we'll run out of
No,
kids.
you know, we
Well,
play.
once again, my point is made.
Your point is made, but the plan has a flaw.
There's
But
a minor flaw.
let's not focus on the details.
That's it.
No, we're all playing this game of it's just like the old kennel racing commercial. My,
Then your God, my God's better than yours. Oh yeah, I've literally been singing that song for years. Whenever I have this discussion, give me one, and we
And
go.
how many people have died in the name of God more than
Oh,
any
my.
other thing in this world?
That's the cause of every war.
Every war.
exactly.
In
I mean-
some manner, shape, or form.
To this day, with the Israelis and Hamas and
Hamas.
And again, something that Carlin said that confused the heck out of me as a kid was when the Catholic Church decided, purgatory. No, we're done with purgatory.
Yeah.
So what happened to all the people in purgatory? What
Did you
about all
cut
the
them people loose?
Or did they all get promoted?
Promote?
No, it's kind of like the Superman. What is that? The cube that they're floating in space.
The zone.
Oh, okay.
The zone. That they're all out. That's their purgatory.
Well, my point is, I was a kid when that happened, and then after being taught heaven, hell, and purgatory, blah 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 blah, purgatory is just gone. What do you mean it's just gone? So now what you're saying?
No
is
more
that
room.
People on Earth.
Well, I mean, I hope somebody's not up there doing time for a bologna sandwich.
Yeah. He's doing Carlin bit. But to think that the people on Earth, not God Almighty Himself, but some schmuck in a robe, has decided purgatory, not so much. And just with a wave of a hand or the stroke of a pen or whatever you're stroking these days, and purgatory's gone. And again, that doesn't make sense to me if I am to believe that there is one overarching entity, being, whatever it may be, who has long blonde hair and look like he just walked off the beach at Santa Anita and Santa Monica or Santa whatever. Santa Barbara, Santa Claus. Sorry,
Oh,
Bill.
God.
Take a breath. But how is it that these mere mortals are making the decision on a place that's by its pure name, purgatory? Purgatory, that's forever. That's forever. That sounds like Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal?
Why are you doing that? Did you ever notice?
Have I ever told you how much I hate Jerry Seinfeld?
No, but I get a feeling you're about to.
You're about to. The thing that gets me though is, you've got so many discrepancies in the Bible that do not hold up to scientific scrutiny. Adam and Eve had 2 sons. Well, there's the end of existence.
Pretty much.
And then they talk about baseball. In the beginning. I mean, come on. I guess Jesus hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 4th. I'm not sure.
Come on, Gong. Come on, Gong. You can do it.
You can do it.
No, but it's true though. I mean, the Bible, as you know, it probably is the biggest journal of hypocrisy that you ever want to.
It's a book. It's a book of stories that has been translated hundreds of times, and
So
everybody that translates it goes, maybe they meant this, but I'd like it to mean this.
The one thing that I did read in a book where they said where Jesus was resurrected, but the actual definition is resuscitated. They have inferred it to be wrong. For what it's worth.
Bill wins the prize.
I have never been so happy to hear that song.
Same
in
as
my
the audience.
entire life. Well, we got another hour of this to go, folks. So go get a
no.
sandwich or do whatever you want to do, and we will be back here.
I got to
You're
go
listening
apologize to
just
Barb.
Oh, okay. You're listening to Just Killing Time on
Or just
Radio
killing
TFI. Well, if you're not here at the time, oh well.
You found Just Killing Time.
A real woman could stop you from drinking.
It has to be a real big woman.
On Radio TFI. Join the conversation. You can reach the guys at 754-800-CHAT. 754-800-2428. On social media, search for Radio TFI USA. From a payphone, call collect.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
You like salmon fishing? Maritimes is the best. I used to live on the LaHave River. I remember when I was a kid, the fish merchant, and he took his bride salmon fishing on their wedding day in the pool just below my dad's house. And she lost the diamond out of her engagement ring into that pool. It was a tragedy. And 25 years later, to the date, he was cutting into a salmon caught from that very pool when his knife struck something hard. It was his thumb. People are real in the Maritimes.
Whatever your reason, now's the time to experience Canada.
Suit. Donald Sutherland, Donald Sutherland, who did the Hawkeye mash before Alda got the cash. Donald Sutherland, Donald Sutherland, who's Kiefer's dad, whose last movie was real bad. Donald Sutherland, Donald Sutherland. Oh, we all raise a glass to Donald Sutherland, the finest comedian actor in the land. His ears may be big, his pills may be blue, but in our book, Sutherland is top. He's a better actor than his son, as he is. He could play Attila the Hun, as
And hello, once again, everybody. Welcome back to Just Killing Time here on Radio TFI and on the Radio TFI streaming network. If I didn't mention earlier, today is Sunday. What other day would we ever be on? June 23rd of 2024. We are in episode, what did I see there? 483 now, huh?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. 400 we're going to be coming up to 500 episodes here before
and about 17 episodes.
17 weeks.
Wow.
Half a year.
You got something big planned for that?
Yeah, but I can't show you.
I don't know that you could show me anything big anyways, but that's
boys.
Don't make me go get Barb.
Barb ain't coming after anybody but you.
She said you guys are next when I went out and apologized. So I don't know.
Anyway, he's John. The other one's Bill. I'm Ed.
We're back.
We're here. We're gonna do some stuff. We're not just gonna kill an hour. We're gonna murderize it.
We're gonna moid it.
We're gonna chop it up into little pieces and put it in the freezer.
We're gonna do one of those. The hell's his name again? Dahmer. We're doing one of those Dahmer
like
things.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Bill, if you would. Steve will play.
Cue the band.
Welcome aboard Ahoy to On This Date, where we celebrate all things June 23rd. I told you, it's a work in progress, man.
Well, that one kind of fell by the wayside.
Well, you don't know, and you don't know if it can swim till you throw it overboard.
Well, the shark got it.
Shark.
All right, let's get the shebang started. On this date in 1917, Ernie Shore entered the game after Boston Red Sox pitcher Babe Ruth was ejected for throwing a punch at the umpire. He retired all 20 batters he faces to win 4-0 versus the Washington Senators. It was ruled a combined no-hitter. Well, what do you know about that?
Well, how about that?
What's up, Doc? In 1949, the first 12 women graduate from Harvard Medical School.
3 of them are still practicing today.
Wow, nothing. Back to baseball in 1963, Jimmy Pearsall of the New York Mets hits his 100th home run and he circles the bases
ran
backwards.
the base backwards. He didn't, because if he'd have gone to third, first he's out.
You done?
Yeah, just thought I would give you some reality check in there.
1969 on this day, Joe Frazier TKO's Jerry Quarry in 8 for the heavyweight boxing title. That's back when
everybody TKO'd Jerry Quarry.
Well, that's not true.
Barb knocked out Jerry Quarry. Come on.
It's because you're afraid of Barb. Here's one for Bill.
What do you get that malarkey? I'm safe.
I said you're out.
I'm safe.
You're out.
Safe.
Out.
Safe.
Out.
Safe.
Out.
Safe.
Out. Safe.
Out.
Safe.
Out.
Safe.
Out.
I say you're safe. If you don't like it, you can go to the showers.
Okay then, Doc. Have it your way. I'm safe.
In 1972, Bernice Guerra becomes the first female umpire in U.S. Pro Baseball. The Geneva Senators and the Auburn Twins played in Geneva, New York. That was for you, Bill.
Well, unfortunately, we still have not had a female umpire in MLB yet.
But still pro baseball.
They've gotten as high as AAA, but none of them have made it to the major leagues yet.
Right. NHL and Major League Baseball, the only two.
Yeah.
NBA has them. NFL has them.
I think NFL has 4 of them now.
Probably more than that, but but it's not unusual now. NBA, same thing. It's not unusual anymore.
Hi, Bologna.
My Sharona.
On this day in 1979, My Sharona was released by the Knack.
The Knack. I told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best it's ever been.
Coincidentally, the very same day that Charlie's Daniels Band releases, The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Now,
Charlie's Daniels Band?
Charlie's Daniels.
Charlie's Daniels. It's like Roots Chris. Don't just shut up, okay?
Jimmy's John.
Jimmy's John.
Yeah, there you go.
Just shut up. Just shut up, okay? Nobody asked you guys. It's
you're right. Nobody did axe us.
No, nobody axed us at all.
Good Lord. In 1982, the all-time low was recorded at the South Pole. Anybody want to take a guess at what the temperature was that day?
Minus 93.
John?
Minus 102.
Closer. It was minus 117 degrees. I know I was underwater, so celebrating a birthday today, turning 76 years old. Everybody's favorite Supreme Court Justice, Clarence Thomas.
Oh, great. Googly moogly.
They just slap him upside his head.
Turning 68 today. You know him, you love him from American Idol. Randy Jackson, dog.
All right,
finally turning 60 years old. The producer, director, writer, you know him, you love him from the Avengers. Josh Whedon, 60 years old today.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
And that's going to do it for On This Date for this date. Join us again next week, the same bat time, same bat channel, and possibly we'll have we'll come up with an opening.
Possibly.
Don't
count on it.
Whoa,
yeah, that's it.
Don't bet any rent money on it, but
that's for damn certain.
Don't bet any rent money.
Okay, so what's next?
What's next is what's next? What actually is next?
Monday.
Where was it?
Yeah, Monday.
Well, we again, I started to go there earlier in the first hour. Are you guys planning on watching the debate, such that it is?
Oh, hell yes. It should be like the WWE. Thursday Night Raw.
Okay. What are we expecting?
Trump will talk over the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Biden will say, "Will you shut up?"
That was the most classic line out of any debate, I think.
Ever. Will you shut up? And maybe Trump will have a fly land on his head.
No, that
it would get stuck, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was another key moment from debate here. That fly.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that was on Pence, though.
Yes,
yeah,
I understand.
You know, and the sad part about it is Pence could have pretended to be human and gotten rid of that fly. I mean, I knew he knew it was there, but instead of doing something about it, just kind of swatting away it or something at it, he just sat there and took it, kind of like he did through the
kind of like he did with Trump, exactly.
Yeah. But
there you go. You figured it out.
Answered your own question.
how
Anything
about
else?
that?
Anything
I
else
don't
we
know.
can help you?
As far as what I expect out of the debate is, I hate to say it, it's going to be a snoozer.
Because Trump can't talk over.
Yeah, well, that's it, and that's just that's it. And
I think Biden
you know,
will bring
By
out
the way,
the convicted felon thing quite often. Pull that out of his hat.
I was just going to mention, I want to apologize to the office. We're not referring to Trump correctly. It is convicted felon Donald Trump.
Yes.
Just always put that in front of his name. Presume it's there. But yeah, Biden's going to bring that up for sure.
Well, and I was watching something the other day where they said, okay, let's let him have the little bit of talking about this and hammering it, and then let it go. And you got to move on to issues. Because if Biden just keeps hammering away at the convicted felony and all this kind of stuff, people are going to get tired of it.
Yeah,
I don't know why they don't get tired of Trump lying.
But no, you're right. Take your shot and then move on.
Yes.
And that's, it'll be what it is. And
what I just don't understand is what people see in him. Or should I say, have they not seen through him? I mean, you go back to the Emmys. You go back to the Emmys, and because The Apprentice didn't win, and whatever the hell the reality show was, the Survivor. Thank you. Oh, that show sucked, which is one of the few times I'll agree with him. But I don't know how that could be, every time he doesn't win.
You weren't in it, you ass.
it's all, the entire planet is rigged against him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you would think that people would see through that and see that. How many times?
John, think about the people. Think about the people that you're talking about. First off, most of them are racist. They want this country to be some version of of 1950s TV, which was lily white, and blah 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 blah. That's what they want. It's not going to happen. It was never like that. Second off, they're just looking. He just babbles on, and he will say whatever he thinks the crowd will eat up.
On a show for them.
He puts on a show. Thank you.
That's exactly it.
He puts on a show.
He wants to talk about reality TV, and he is reality TV.
He is so far off of reality.
I honestly wonder if he isn't actually just playing a character. But then that would involve that he's a good actor. So I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
For which he would have won an Emmy.
Exactly. I mean, how difficult is it to say you're fired? I mean, come on.
Which actually he wasn't even making those decisions.
No, he wasn't.
But that's all the producers and by the way, could one of you stop pounding your table? Just asking. The children will come out and play.
You should never ask. Use please. Use this. Use the secret word.
Don't make me.
No.
Don't make me. Don't make me. So,
time out here a second, guys.
Okay.
You guys just talk about yourself.
What's Johnny got a fart?
Don't know. I can't see him. Well, I can see him, but I don't know what he's talking about. And I got a mild riot going on upstairs. So he's all right, John. Are you ready?
We all had our problems. Johnny's checking that. You're having a riot upstairs, and I'm getting the shit beat out of me.
You had your one.
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality standard.
What's your language, bud? We're on the air.
Well, shit.
Are you still off?
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal
Because
parameters.
there's
Don't act like you didn't know.
That was good timing with Diane. Are you still on?
Watch your mouth.
I can't unless I have a mirror.
Oh boy, that was clever, third grader.
Wasn't it? Oh, my shoe's untied. I'm not even wearing
Gentlemen,
shoes.
I have to step out for a moment and do something about that riot upstairs.
Okay, keep
Is
your
it
mic
really-
hot. So
really that-
keep your mic
yeah.
hot so we can hear this.
So we hear any body slams or anything like that.
I'll pay money to hear this. It's a pay-per-view event.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'll be
That's
back.
it. Let's get ready to rumble.
Uh-oh. He's left this.
To go, this has got to be serious. The dog star.
He's going out.
We can see him kind of roaming off, but I don't know if the mic is still hot or not. So for all you people out there in radio land,
he might be kicking some folks' ass, huh? For all we know.
kicking white folk ass. Yo,
Well,
mammy
that could-
boy.
The other way could be too is that he could be getting his ass whooped too.
I keep
So,
telling him
yeah.
if he just send Barb an airline ticket, she'll be there to take care of it. I'll be happy to send her off to New York for a few days.
Let's see. What's Barbara's phone number on my...
You ain't gonna wake her up right now anyway.
Oh, she's sleeping?
She's worse as the cats. If she's not awake, she's sleeping.
Well, she's not awake. She's sleeping.
That's right.
Now,
She's got to
there's
take a
that.
nap. She's got to take a nap to go to bed. So I mean, I'm so tired. I'm gonna take a nap. 4 hours later, oh. So anyway, are we gonna time? Are we gonna time Ed on this?
Yeah, I might. Don't be surprised if the gong doesn't go off before he gets back.
Well, I mean, how much time we got left in the Ed Van S hour? Oh my God, we got a lot of time.
Okay.
Somebody could take an ass whooping in this amount of time. Guess what, John? We could say shit if we want to.
We can say shit, piss, cock, sucker, motherfucker,
and tits.
And tits. Hey, there's we haven't been fine. Oh, we got to take
We
advantage.
haven't been fine. How about that? People out there going cheering us on. Go for it. Go for it.
Let's lay the big one here.
That's right. 754-800-CHAT. 754-800-2482. 2428. 7534. Hot, hot, hot.
Good Lord. Remind me to never have you announce the phone number again. Damn, that was a quickie.
Oh my God. He's back.
He's back.
Well, how'd that turn out?
The cops show up. I was here the whole time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, if you were here the whole time, you would have. Well, we won't say. But Johnny and I got away with a few things.
Oh yes,
I bet you did.
Yes, we did.
We did.
Teacher steps out of the room and.
Yep, it was like it was a couple of sailors on leave.
The cute girl in the front row got a tack put up underneath her chair.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
You can't let the mice run wild. What's wrong with you?
No, clearly not. Clearly not. My goodness.
Shame on you.
My goodness. Were we talking about anything at all, or were we just running amok?
Oh,
we were just running amok.
We were definitely taking advantage of your absence.
Oh, well, that's
actually got a few intelligent things said. Oh, no.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, dog.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we had a couple of things that made sense. Hey.
Oh, hey now. What the?
No. No. Oh. Okay. So, I don't see any flames behind you or anything, so you haven't set the apartment on fire. So,
Oh, I still got to live here.
You smoke them out.
I see you did. I see.
Rolled out.
I see you didn't obtain a black eye in the process. So,
like I said, when the cops show up, I was here the entire time. Okay, that's all you need to know.
We was doing a radio show, Ossifer.
We got it. He was sitting right here with
He was right here the whole time. I mean, Johnny and I even cursed while he was here.
See, now that'll give the whole thing away.
Well,
he's talking about how much we hate cops.
Oh, well, then let's roll right into that.
So we see the cops come out and it's dragged away.
I live out here in the country. I rarely see a cop. So
I live in New York City, where the laws don't apply to them.
I live in Texas.
Yeah.
There are no cops.
You have the Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tejas Rangers.
Hey, speaking of Rangers, I know you guys have been glued to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Is it now 3-3?
Now 3-3.
Ay, Dios mío.
Oh, your boy's not happy.
Oh, that's right. They're playing the Florida Kitty Cats. I forgot.
Oh, Canada, our torturous neighbor to the north.
Glorious and free.
Yeah, that's it. They're going to take the cup back to the land of the Great White North.
Well, Edmonton's already won the cup like 5 times in their existence.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since they entered the NHL.
It's the end of the what?
Since they entered the NHL, the Edmonton Oilers were one of the 4 WHA teams.
Yes,
that they took in. I doubt it, but can you name the other 3?
I can't name the ones that are in the NHL. So why are you going to?
Let's see. There would be. What was the Whalers? They're playing someplace else now.
The Hartford Whalers.
Hartford.
They're in Carolina now. They're
Carolina.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That's one.
Let's see. Where else was there? Wasn't the Houston Aeros?
Nope. But good call on you with the Houston Aeros.
Wasn't the Minnesota
Pussies?
Wasn't the Minnesota Fighting
Minnesota
Saints?
Fighting Saints?
No,
I don't think they were the WHL.
No, it's the WHA.
The Toledo Mud Hens.
That's baseball, you fool.
It wasn't the Cleveland Cadavers that played in about a half.
The Cleveland Cadavers.
That was the Cleveland Barons, who eventually became. Anyway, no.
Nothing.
Actually, of the 4 teams, 3 of them were in Canada, and 3 of them have since relocated. One of them twice.
Okay, well, are you please fill us in? The mystery is making us go nuts.
The Calgary Flames.
Oh, really?
They're not ex or WHA. Calgary Flames? No, they were the Atlanta Flames, but they were always in the NHL.
Right. You're right. I misspoke. Oh, I forgot. I know the Quebec Nordiques.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Quebec Nordiques and Edmonton Oilers, Hartford Whalers, and the Winnipeg Jets. Now there is currently a Winnipeg Jets, but they moved from somewhere. It's that was the old Atlanta Thrashers. Atlanta's had 2 shots at the NHL.
Get over it. They don't like hockey.
By the way, the Atlanta Flames had the coolest logo ever.
I think so.
It was the A. Now, when you watch the Calgary Flames now they've got the C that's flaming, which is cool. But on the alternate captains, they have it's the old A from when they were in Atlanta, and it's just a nice throwback. It's anyway. We've lost Bill now. Bill, it's hockey, eh? There's only one more game left, eh? It's over for
Hey.
I still can't wrap my head. I can't wrap my head around the fact that hockey goes into June. This late in June. It just
Well, are they playing for the Charlie Cup, I think? What is that? The
Stanley Cup.
Oh, the Stanley and Laurel Cup. Okay.
There you go. There's a true hockey fan. Hey,
Ed, have you ever seen the Minnesota Fighting Saints logo?
I believe I have.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was very cool. I would have, first off, because the existing team in Minnesota now plays in St. Paul, where the Fighting Saints played. I thought it would be so cool to bring back the Fighting Saints instead of the Minnesota Wild. I cannot put my head around that team, around that franchise. They suck to begin with.
They all suck at some point.
Yeah. First off, how does a damn team in Florida make it to and win Stanley Cup? Or wait a minute, the Florida Panthers have never won.
They have not, no.
And it looks like they may not this time.
There's your Minnesota Fighting Saints.
Saints.
First one I could find. It's not a big one, but
no, that's cool. That's cool. No, I love that logo. Have always loved that logo.
And it loves you right back.
You know, and then what sucks about it even more is that when the Wild decide they wanted to do something, what's the word? Nostalgic.
Yeah.
They do the jerseys for the Wild in green and gold. Are we bothering you there, Bill?
No, I'm just relaxing.
But you got to remember, John, the Fighting Saints were not NHL.
But they were the hockey team that played in St. Paul, Minnesota, in probably one of the coolest arenas.
I don't know about that, but you got to remember.
So yeah, the Civic Center. Yeah, let me inform you. The Civic Center, when it first opened, before the age of all the ads on the boards and stuff like that.
Dashers.
Had whatever. Yeah, the dashers from top to bottom were clear. All the way around.
Down to the ice?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. I had never, I think that was the only arena that I'm aware of that ever did that.
Wow, that's what takes the most impact too. I bet there was a reason you don't see it anywhere else.
Well, no, nobody ever went through them, or nobody ever, there was never any incidents. To my knowledge, there was never any, not even.
I would beg the question, unless you want to see the legs of the people in the front row, what would be the point? Because you're talking about something made of plexiglass as opposed to something made of wood or fiberglass to take the hits of the players. But yeah, it sounds like it was cool. It was something different.
It was very different.
I got a hockey story for you then.
Hold on a second,
Bill.
I
got to get this in before you guys go off on another tangent.
Go right ahead.
Well, thank you. We had a minor league hockey team here in Wichita Falls, and I think it was the Wildcats, whatever. Who cares? And a buddy of mine, there was like three of us went to go see the hockey game.
It's hockey, eh?
It's hockey, eh? And he decided he wanted to get 2 beers.
Yeah.
So he's drinking one, and he puts the other one. We're on the glass. He puts the other one up on the glass.
That's stupid.
Yes, pretty much. And my buddy and I told him, you might want to take that down. And you could see across the ice, there were a couple of hockey players that were pointing in our general vicinity. And just slam right into the glass, beer everywhere. And these guys just laughed and skated off.
This was a case of, hey, hold your beer.
Hold your beer, stupid.
Exactly. Or if nothing else, here, hold my beer while I'm drinking. But damn.
So anyway, getting back to the other thing, now you got to remember the Minnesota North Stars were part of the 6-team expansion in 1967 that doubled the size of the league. So, I mean, the franchise has been around for a long, long time. So if they're going to do a throwback, yes, they're going to do the green and gold of the old North Stars. I still don't understand. I guess it must have been an owner arena issue. Why the North Stars?
No, it was Norm Green. He was under indictment for sexual assault. So he just whipped up the team and left.
Yeah, and it's a shame because I as far as I could see, they always did well. You know, as far as fans
I'd even
went.
say bring back the North Stars. Bring the team back to the North Stars.
North Stars name, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
Dallas owns that name.
Yeah, they own the rights to that because they were the North Stars.
They were the North Stars. All they did was chop off the North. All they
did. Considering you're playing in Dallas, go figure.
Oh,
well, it is north of Houston, but
everything's north of Houston, dog.
It's north of Mexico City too. What's your point?
Yeah, there you go. But you almost would see this coming. You'd almost see this coming.
See it coming. I was only breathing heavy.
Jesus Christ, you're pathetic.
Thanks for noticing.
No, the last 2 or 3 years that the North Stars were playing in Minnesota, they changed their logo from the N with the star.
I love that logo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to just stars. So now you're wondering, is there something in the works there?
It's change afoot.
You can almost see it coming.
No, I like my feet.
Ugh.
How would you know? When was the last time you saw them? Oh, hey, oh!
Bob! Oh! I see my feet every day. I'm looking at them right now because I know how one of them's going to go halfway up your whatever.
To quote Rodney Dangerfield, when I get my shoe shine, I got to take the guy's word for it.
Word for it.
So
he's doing something there along my foot, but I don't know what the hell it is.
You know what the problem is, boys? I still can't find my rat. That's the problem.
Well, finally found out.
It's amazing how they show up once Edmonton wins. It'll show up.
Remember, Wayne Gretzky used to play there.
I know he did.
Mark Messier. Hockey, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Canada. Of course he was messy, eh?
So proud of yourself, Arch.
Cards and letters.
I can't wait till we get back to one-hit wonders and fill this time in. I may fill it in with concrete. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. It could.
Everybody must get stoned.
Get stoned. Oh, my. You know, I heard a word this week that you gentlemen may or may not be familiar with. Somebody brought it up, and I hadn't heard it in like forever. He was talking about Sensimilia. Bill knows. Bill knows. I was like, oh my God.
Clue.
I hadn't heard that word in 40, 45 years.
Yeah, it's tie stick, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, man.
That's another one I haven't heard since I was a kid. Eye stick. Oh, my goodness. Sensimilia, for those of you who are not fully informed, is...
or didn't catch on.
We're talking about the herbs. We're talking about plant life here. We're talking about the...
Everybody must get stoned.
Show me the way to go home. That's the wrong one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm flashing back now. Flashing back now.
Smoke on the water.
fire in the sky.
You know, the sad part about it is it's probably been so long since any of us have done that.
You might want to speak for yourself, Mr. Shannon.
No, he's
come
speaking for
on.
me. I have
Come
not.
on, Bill.
I have not partaken regularly since I was 16. Because
16?
that summer I was rocking and rolling, and then after that, 2 hits and I'm gone. I mean, out.
I have
Then-
not partaken
hold
since
on.
I joined the Navy.
Hold on. Then I got my CDL license.
Yeah, that'll
better
do it.
not partake.
Since I've had that since the 90s.
You don't even want to go to Arby's and eat poppy seed sandwiches.
Yeah, you're taking a chance there. You're taking
Yes,
a
you are.
chance. But yeah, no, as much as I look, when I retire, I am definitely going to be investigating these chewables and edibles. And there goes Bill. We don't know where he's going. He's got something up his sleeve. I hope it's up his sleeve.
I was going to say.
You mean these?
Oh, what do you got there? That's what do you got there?
What do we have here?
It's Dr.
called-
What do we have here?
It's wrecked. Black Raz.
Yeah, well, let's be subtle about the name.
They're our new
We don't-
sponsor.
We don't have to. This is D8 and D9.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
That means it's as close to the real Shiza that you can get without it being real.
Really?
The hell with it. If you're gonna go, keep it real.
Yeah,
man.
but this won't show up on a drug test.
Really?
What do you have to
Really?
worry about a drug test for anymore?
I don't.
But I
Okay.
do.
And believe it or not, here's something for Ohio. I am participating in school transportation.
So you
Am
better
I
not do it
boring?
either.
And they
Am I
provide 'em with
boring?
the,
Yeah, they
I have
provide me
not.
with them.
I had a yawn. Relax. Go on. Move on. Take a pill. Oh, take one of
Here,
his.
take one of these.
Nah, I ain't real. Hell with it.
I'm
I'll
trying to
take
take one of these before the show one time, man.
Make sure it's the
Oh.
show we do in all Morse code.
Yeah, and the Morse code hour. Hey, man. Dave ain't here.
Now, I will, again, once I retire and give up my CDL, I will investigate the edibles and the cannabis. I don't want to be floating down the street, but look, I used to keep a joint or two in my apartment when I first started working. A hit or two knocked me right out, helped me fall asleep. It was wonderful. Wake up, I'm not hungover. There's nothing like that. But, I went to bed feeling nice, and I am so looking forward. I can't do it now. I cannot do
I
it
have
now.
been trying to get the VA to write me a script.
Well, what's a bottle cost?
A bottle of this, I think it was like about $110 or so. No, it wasn't. It was like 65.
How many do you get?
Hey, about as many as you can 10, man. How many were in this thing? I don't know how many were in it to start with.
How many are left? I think now is the burning
Yeah,
question.
there you
Hey,
go.
I don't know. There's only like 2 of them left in here, man. I don't remember, but it's been a party for the last
And
couple of
first-
months.
I thought it was a party for the last couple minutes because that bottle looked full when I first saw it.
Yeah, when he first started, it was on.
Well, again, I'm so looking forward to be able to,
I want to go to Denver and watch a Rockies game. I wonder if you can smoke in the stands at a Rockies.
No,
game.
no. Smoking the marijuana you cannot do. I don't believe. Well, it's a no smoking state, so there won't be smoking. Period.
Well, for what it's worth.
Well, it was funny. My old apartment building, when smoking weed was legal, first became legal back there in Minnesota. One of the first things they did that apartment building is, I don't care if the state law says you can partake in weed, you just can't smoke it. This is a no smoking building. You cannot smoke in this building.
Yeah, the problem with weed, if you're smoking it, is that that's
everybody in the world knows.
Everybody knows. And while some people want no, look, I can't be around it. Lots of other people in my situation. I can't even take the chance on inhaling it. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow's the day that they random drug test me.
Okay,
and
go ahead.
And yeah, I mean, you got kids. Look, my first high was a contact high at 14 years old, sitting in the very last row at Madison Square Garden. Me and my buddies, Kevin and Jimmy, we went to see Grand Funk Railroad.
I saw God.
This is 1973. We're sitting in the very top row of what used to be the blue seats.
Smoke rises.
And I mean, we had just started smoking cigarettes, so we think we're cool smoking our cigarettes. But as soon as the lights went down, holy smoke! This is when you could smoke everywhere. And everybody was timing their drugs, and by the time the band came out, you could see the cloud of smoke at the roof of the garden. We didn't know we were getting high until the walk home.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting home, my mother looking at me, and first off, I stunk to high heaven.
And she had the giggles and the munchies.
She looked in my eyes.
Hey, Mom, you got some Oreo cookies and garlic dip?
I mean, she didn't say this phrase at the time. I heard this phrase many years later, but it was basically, your eyes look like road maps of Kansas City. Man,
Kansas City.
all those red lines and, And,
now, two signs that you're getting old.
Two
signs that you're getting old. One, you go to the concert and you wear earplugs. Two, the only drugs you do before the show are Tylenol.
I was going to say Geritol, but that's
Now, when we went to the Civic Center, dog, and there was a Kiss concert we went to one year. I can't even remember what year it was, but there was a group of kids sitting in front of us that were partaking of the sacred joint.
I don't remember.
I'm still working, so I can't have that. I could lose my license. So I looked at Bar in typical redneck fashion. Hey, y'all, watch this. Tapped the guy on the shoulder in front of me and said, "Son, I'm a deputy sheriff with Ramsey County. If you want to put that out, I'll let you get one time. Put it out, or we can go outside." And I think the SOB ate the damn thing. And we were smoke-free the rest of the night. Everybody's going, "There's a narc behind us. There's a narc behind us. There's a narc behind us."
Must not have been the time I went with you.
No.
You guys, no.
You went with us to Target Center, so. Yeah, I think it was Target Center, wasn't it?
I know you and I and Barbara.
Oh, no, you're right. It was the Civic Center. Yeah. Because it was the reunion tour. Now we're boring, Ed.
Now you're boring me. There's no question about it. I'm not tired.
We can talk about that, Michelle, but now we're talking about rock concerts, and Ed's
because
here. I guess I'll mail you some of these.
I can walk down the street and get them.
Walk down the street and get.
Access.
Because this might be a federal crime sending it through the mail.
No, I don't want to lose my job before they're ready to fire me. I mean, come on, man. Come on, dude. By the way, speaking of eating the joint, does anybody remember what an honor it was to eat the roach?
I never have, but I've heard.
Eat the roach. Oh, okay.
Eat the roach. That seemed to be a thing. At least the older guy, eat the roach. They would eat the roach. I ate the roach.
Well, that comes from eating the worm in the bottom of the tequila bottle.
Be that as it may, you get it down to the very tip, and let
me tell you, you get to the bottom of a bottle of mezcal and you get to eat the worm, dude. You ain't lived.
I believe I've told this story before. Once on my birthday, young lady and I go out. We make a night of it. We get back to her place, and she's got a bottle of mezcal. Well, we got through, I don't know, half or 2/3 of it. I never want to see a bottle of tequila again.
That's not tequila. That's mezcal.
Whatever you want to call it. Forget the worm. The worm was in better shape than I was. I woke up the next morning.
Might have been.
Oh, I drank way too much of whatever the hell it was.
That stuff will F you up. I'm telling you.
No. It did. It did. There's
we brought a bottle of mezcal back from Tijuana one time, and the guy at the border goes, I'm gonna have to confiscate that. He says, plus you don't want to know how they make that. I said, okay, well, how do they make it? He says, there's some old Mexican chewing on a cactus plant, spitting in the bottle. You can have it, sir.
All yours. There you go.
That didn't take much convincing there.
No, it did not.
But you know what? That son of a bitch probably picks up a case of booze a week.
He probably
brings it
for
home.
$1.95. And you know, all the people out in the audience are sitting there going, look at these old bastards talking about marijuana and stuff.
Pot, man.
Dudes, we were around when it was really, really happening then. We were the generation that pushed to get it legalized. Every kid in government class in high school tried to pass a bill to get marijuana legalized.
You know what?
And
one
back
thing
hold on for a second. One thing that when we were doing it, we didn't have all these different designer and everything like that.
Tie stick.
Yeah, it whatever, but it wasn't all this designer shit that
Meet you a time.
One credit for violation.
Homegrown, man.
We're on the air.
Well, that was one of the things
Mutuacan.
Yeah, Michoacan, man.
I was going to bring up is that one thing I could never master was rolling a joint. Not to mention cleaning it out, getting the stems and the seeds.
Oh, now that was because you'd be smoking it. Pop!
You want no part of that, man. That was.
Oh, you've never had a seed.
Oh, that make you crap your pants real quick.
That's why I said I didn't want any part of it. I had it happen. I watched it happen. No.
Oh, the best part though was you get it rolled up, they dip it into your beer, and then it rolls it nice and tight. Boy, it gives it a good flavor. All you children out there, don't listen to what I'm telling you.
I never heard of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was Michelob at the time, so it was really good. Dip it in the Michelob and let it tighten up real nice, and when it dries, oh, sweet.
I experimented with throwing some Jack Daniels in my bong and smoking it.
I don't remember ever smoking from a bong.
No, I did not.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite way to smoke it.
I did not like it. Not at all. I didn't
like that gurgling. I didn't like the gurgling sound. I didn't know if it was my lungs or the bong.
I had a buddy of mine that introduced me to all this stuff, and yikes.
And when I went in the Navy, they asked me if I'd ever smoked marijuana. I, like an idiot, I went, yeah, I tried it once. Oh my God, it was a Nazi interrogation. The big white light came out.
But I didn't inhale.
No, yeah. I did. That's what I told him. I said, I didn't like it, so I didn't do it again.
Getting back to something John said. And I'm not the first person to say this, but you said you experimented with. Now, let me ask, did you have the lab coats and the Bunsen burners?
The little electric thing in the back.
We're just doing some research here. No, officer, we're just conducting science.
It's just science.
It was called Weird
It's
Science.
experimentation. Very weird science.
What started to turn me off to it was we were out toking one night, and there was this guy that was hitting up on my girlfriend. I was wanting to kick his ass. No, and we saw him at the Burger King, man, and I couldn't get mad. Mega Bill would not come out to save my ass.
See how dopey and silly and giggly we get just talking about cannabis.
Just talking about it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All Bill had to do was show us the bottle, and we're golden, man. It's that's the beauty of getting older. You don't have to spend as much dough.
No, you don't.
It doesn't take
it's
a whole
the
lot.
memories. There's those synapses that still have some of that cannabis hanging on it.
Hey, Bill, if you remembered it, you weren't there.
That's what I'm saying. The 70s. If you remember it, you did it wrong.
And it's at this point now. It's at this point now. Everybody's looking at each other, going, "Man, I'd go for some French fries with gravy."
You like that too?
Drive through the McDonald's driving. We need 13 cheeseburgers.
We had a diner about 2 blocks from our local park, and everybody would just head over there and get French fries with gravy. Order fries with gravy. And
Poutine, you were close to Canada.
That was funny. I remember the last time I was in Canada was in Niagara Falls. And
Niagara
proudly,
Falls.
Slowly.
Step by step.
No, I tell you, I couldn't believe it. I walked into a McDonald's there and ordered French fries with gravy.
Oh, they had it at McDonald's? Oh, far out,
have it
man.
at McDonald's, yeah. And for being a fast food gravy, it wasn't bad.
There you go.
It was actually.
There's a lot to be said. A lot of good things to be said about Canada.
Let's see. We got 4th of July party coming up here real soon.
Oh, Canada.
I think I'm going to make a cake, man. I'll make some brownies, man.
Yeah, man. I get
brownies. Special brownies, man.
I got brownies once. Didn't care for it. Did not care for it.
Then you may not like the edibles. If you didn't like the brownies.
See, and I get brownies made for me almost on a repeat basis here. And
yeah, right.
I do. Just not those kind of brownies.
Just not those kind of brownies.
Different ingredients. It's a
different ingredients. No, but
it's gluten free.
I don't care if you're having brownies. What do you care about glutens?
Come on, Pipples.
No, I mean, there's a line here, folks. You know,
yes.
Look, pizza is meant to be enjoyed and to be harmful to your health. You put cheese on it, sausage.
You're Jewish and you're having a ham sandwich and you're worried about the bread being gluten-free.
Exactly. Having 6 hot dogs and a Diet Coke? Come on now, people. Come on.
Do you notice a trend here with this particular show, by the way, guys?
Yeah, we're like
getting off the rails.
We haven't. I think we've mentioned Donald Trump maybe once the entire show. And look at how good of a time we're having.
You're harshing my buzz, man.
Yeah.
Really, dude.
Oh,
come on, man! Don't mess with my high.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned him once. All
and he's going to keep doing it too. He's
That's
going to burn off.
amazing.
He's going to burn off the last half minute.
You know, we got 2 minutes. We do have to kind of.
I don't know where you found 2 minutes from, but
I don't know. Up in a puff of smoke.
Okay, 1.25 minutes. Who cares?
Barb's going to wonder what in the Sam Hill I was laughing about back there.
I don't know. I don't know if this is the best show we've ever done, but it sure has been
at least the best hour.
Little hour 3. Oh my goodness.
Oh, are we gonna do an hour 3 today?
Hour
Hey,
3, man.
Seriously, did I hear the gong there over our gaggling?
I think I did. Did I not?
We did.
Yes,
I did.
we did.
So, anyways, that's enough for
Ah.
one day. Sorry to let you down the hard way, but here we go. Thank you for checking us out here. Check us out again next week. For Bill, for Ed, I'm John. And I got the money.
See ya!
Radio TFI.